Oh, behold the hole in my soul cannot be filled, and it cannot be sewn up. And oh, behold the hole in my heart. Devil will come for us, try to tear us apart. And oh, behold the hole in my tail. I tried to tell, but I guess I failed. And oh, behold the hole in the sky. Where's the baby bluebird go when she dies? Where's the baby bird go when she dies?
Hello, friends, and thank you for coming
Horns from my
to celebrate
head,
the
wings
life
from my
of our
shoulder.
defeated, deceased, and fallen brethren.
Quick monologue.
As we all share in the grief and loss of San Francisco Casey, we come together as a union to share in our emotions and to move forward as a family. We knew Casey from the October 31st of 2019 to November 12th, 2019. He came in like a bright star from the heavens. He came in, he dick jizzed all over the place about his other Dynasty League and his 25 years experience, and then proceeded to shit all over our hypocritical bylaws that create nothing but infighting and contempt. Some would say he fit right in. Casey had had a previously planned trip to the deserts of Joshua. During that trip, Casey was limited to only phone conversations and showed a rather newbie approach to the IFL. And unfortunately, his brother, Kurt, could not make him see the light about how much effort he needed to put in to the IDP portion of his team. Each time we spoke, it's as if he thought that he would have a moment to get this done, but he really just never had the time. Such is the way of life for a man trying to grow a weed empire. Unfortunately for Casey, upon his return, the stresses and rigors of the IFL caused a dislodging of cholesterol from Casey's thickened keto veins, and it made the cholesterol move to his head, and all of a sudden it created a stroke, and he typed out the words, "I don't have enough time, and I need to leave the IFL." This is why we are here today. We go hats over our hearts, and in the shitty tradition of the IFL, we also go pants off for our fallen Casey. May his weed empire grow, may he raise his child well, and may he one day return to us with more IDP chops and a better schedule. Until then, Casey, we say a hooey ho. You may say goodbye. Thankfully, Casey did say goodbye, which is much more than others we have loved a lot less time. Still makes me sad. But for that, we thank you, Casey. Casey is survived in the NFL by his good buddy Truck. Oops, I meant Kurt. Today, our hearts are also with you, Kurt, for you have lost a friend that you knew for 13 days in this league. Casey also is going to be remembered because he holds the record of shortest lived owner in the IFL. May this record hold strong and true for him. His daughter can rest assured that we will continue to herald this achievement by Casey and his good buddy Kurt. It is not without some great head hanging that we don't have to mention flawed Donkey David and Dickbag Brian, who voted no on Casey from the get-go. For this, we thank them, and we should have listened. We are sorry. As we say in good Kauai, aloha means goodbye. as we also say in Kauai, you know what, fucker? Fuck you. Now remember, God is a jealous God, but he's even more jealous when it comes to the gods of the dynasty jealousy gods.
Does everybody know what time it is?
Pardon?
My tank. What did you say?
Pardon?
My
Tank.
Hold on to your butts.
Every time you go, it makes me feel so.
I think so.
All right, so here we are. That was quite the eulogy we just heard for our departed friend, Brad. What do you think?
Well, if I knew him a day, I knew him 13. That's all I gotta say. I mean, the guy is a fucking legend around here, dude. I just can't.
Do you know if do you know have we ever done another video like that, Brad?
No, but we've also never lost such a dedicated GM as Casey.
I like how
That's
we
his
got
name, right,
more of a
Casey?
goodbye
Casey. That was
than
his
we've
name?
ever gotten before. That was like the best goodbye we've ever gotten.
Yeah, well, I think the other one was like we did a video for Lewis, but that was to like get him out. Remember the Lewis zone?
I was to stoke the fire.
The Lewis zone
Hey,
was pretty good. Had the old Craig satchel floating through with the logo on it, swinging around, swinging dick. It was good.
it was a very touching eulogy.
Yeah, I mean, it hit me where I live for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, his fire burned hot, man.
Yeah, he dick jizzed, and sometimes you dick jizz, and then that's it. That's it. That's all you get. It's over after that. Some might say.
To Casey. To Casey.
My boy Truck, this is for you.
Yeah,
He
was your foot in the door, and he was your foot in the door in the NFC, and man, that door slammed shut right on your foot, dude.
And the commentary from the AFC West has been quite damning today.
Oh,
all right,
man.
let's move this along. We're going to try to get this done in a quick tilt here. 15 minutes. Let's see if we can do it. 20 maybe.
A little speed run. All right.
Little speed run. So what we're going to do is first thing is I'm going to say thanks to the IFL because I did come in and I did ask. And I was serious. I did look at this guy, quite frankly, from about a year and a half or more ago because I always sit on the couch next to him talking football.
Right.
So I did ask for a little allowance to give him a shot, see what would happen. And I think all of you did vote with your hearts, and we gave him a try. But that try didn't work. Plenty of reasons, but mainly he says time, and I agree. You need time, lots of time. So what are we going to do? This is always the question. So I think it was pretty apropos that we're talking about with a couple of the newbies that have come in. I've taken a lot of constructive criticism, and we're going to go ahead and look at the day-to-day schedule of what it takes to be an owner in this league, be competing. And that's going to be the primary focus of recruitment moving forward. Maybe that's been maladjusted and shouldn't have been because we were looking at making sure these guys could hang with sarcasm or whatnot, but sarcasm is also going to make sure that that's up there. So,
and we're also getting very sarcastic people who usually just fan the flames a little bit. So.
Yeah, I mean, you get what you ask for, so you got to be careful.
Yeah, right.
Maybe we need to be looking for.
I did see that old Craig stepped up and offered to help with recruitment, and I think that's the way forward. Really, is to more or less compartmentalize the league to where it's like everyone picks a spot. Because I mean,
yeah,
having to do 90% of it's definitely a lot, and I think it's going to wear thin on El Raven, especially with the. I mean, he acts like he's got really thick skin, but I don't know. I think he's already in DMs. He's already been feeling it, I think, a little bit.
Well, the point there is that, somebody reaches out like Craig. I reached out to him earlier in the day. I reached out to him and Corey because last night, all the way from about Thursday, I kind of knew what was coming with Casey. Right. And I was hoping it wasn't, and then he came back, and I was putting a lot of pressure on him. I think I probably put a ton of pressure on him, but then when he took that cap hit for a bad roster, which is a hilariously bad story about how basically I had his credentials. I logged him in, and I had him with a correct schedule for Thursday. He wanted to do a trade off that was offered him for trade day, which I had to talk to him about. And then after that, it was the setup for lineup on Sunday. And so I'm looking at 7:45 and I'm scrolling through and I'm all, hey man, I think that guy's out. But there's no I next to his name. So I click on it and it's like, holy fuck, he's starting to do it at linebacker that's been out a week and a half. So I have his credentials at that time on my phone because, of course, I'm trying to help my guy get fucking used to it because you guys are fucking savages and aren't going to give me a break. So I put in Sean Lee. Oh, plus he had the bad formation. He had 3 safeties, 3 DBs.
Timeout.
Uh-oh, timeout.
His agenda is clear, ending this year with dividends to spare here. It's not meant for the seeing. Went through the ceiling after entering his center being. It's the return of the cramp. Who do a duet jam when Ernest goes to camp for the right earn. Nah, I mean like burn. We need some more oil for the machines to burn. Learn Jiminy Crickets. He gets lucky like winning free tickets.
So anyway,
where were we? Yeah, where were we? We were talking about.
Well, we need to move the amount of time that it takes to be relevant into the forefront of these guys' availability and quiz them on it and make sure that they're prepped for the amount of time it's going to take, especially initially, to get up. And then we need to prep the IDP portion a severe amount because these guys are really coming in deficient on it. So I grabbed Corey and Craig today and was talking to them, and Craig brought up how the deficiencies at IDP, even though he's been in IDP, have been demonstrative. And then also that having a good reference or a good person to be able to chat with, those types of things. And then he offered, hey man, I'm willing to help. And I go, perfect. So I love it. And we will be taking a few rules from the bylaws and putting them up there and trying to have these guys read that bylaw and kind of communicate back to us how they would maybe use that bylaw to their advantage or whatnot. Like it seems like as these rules are getting more and more in depth and these guys are wanting to focus more and more around the rules, which we'll get to in a second, that's where we're headed here. So we're not looking at, it seems like we've moved away from that just shit talk type league. Guys have kind of rebelled a little bit. It seems like we're in the, hey, if you're sarcastic, we get that, but maybe that needs to be highlighted in the form really from the get-go.
Maybe we should do emphasis like underscore. Surround your statement in underscores if you're being a dick, so we can all just kind of paint it in that light, like
yeah, something along those lines,
kind
right?
of mute it a bit, mute the colors.
I'll be right back, and then we have a new segment.
Running out of time again. Where did you go wrong this time? When your problems overwhelm you, go get drunk, it's party time. Take a prelude, relax your mind, relax your body too. Run from your problem, but you'll never get away. No one loves you, and
So,
you wonder why.
I got a new segment for you, and this one is called Math with Matt.
Oh my god, this is gonna be hard hitting, I think.
Now, we all used to play and still play Grammar with Matt, one of the IFL's all-time favorite games. So now we have a new segment for you, and this is one of those where we could only be presented with it if just the right scenario occurred, and we had just the right scenario
Well, yeah,
occur.
we're only 3 days in, and oddly enough,
We're 3 days in, and somebody who literally came up with the Clown Shoes Award with Barry is now receiving it, and then the brand new commissioner has to penalize it. And Math with Matt brings you, is $45 million greater than $33 million? Brad, please answer that question as if you were Matt. Yes or no? Is $45 million greater than $33 million?
first of all, let me grab this phone and phone a friend.
Now, do it just like you would be, just as if you were Matt, okay?
All right.
Okay, take your time.
It doesn't really work on the iPhone, but I had boobless spelled out here. I think that 33 is definitely larger. That sounds like a bigger number, yes.
All right, that's great. And if the correct answer is that that's wrong, then you guessed it. You just won Math with Matt because, yes, he answered that 33 is higher than 44.
I feel like I'm being buried in confetti right now, oddly, in post-production. Something's happening, dude. I can't
That
stop.
might not be confetti. That was also a Viagra promotion about 15 minutes ago, so be careful. All right.
Yes.
That was a good section. We like that. We look forward to more. I'm sure there will be Matt on bylaws and Matt on rules coming to a theater near you soon.
Yeah, well.
While we're on the topic of Matt, kid has stepped up to come in, do great stuff. He's passionate.
Proud
You
of
should
him.
support him. And by supporting him, I mean, if you have something reasonable to discuss it. If you do not have something that's actually actionable by a commissioner, then do not go and bitch. Either you know how to work in the league by now, or you are just bitching to a commissioner. That comes out of my mouth, knowing what all these guys hear in their DMs from you guys. I don't care if you get it or don't. Here's the rule. Shut your mouths, because we just want to make it work. If you need something done, hit me up. I'll help you get it done, because I know the channels. If I tell you no, it's a dumb fucking idea. Hit up Brad. Then he'll tell you it's a dumb fucking
I think
idea.
we need to focus this offseason in the owners' meeting on being very constructive. I think we should come up. There's a lot of good ideas floating around, a lot of incomplete ideas. I think we should work on realizing that some of these ideas need to pass, and we need to get together and actually make them cohesive, make them work. If you don't like one aspect, we need to be constructive with it rather than
Yes. If
very-
you don't like
it's
the
very
idea that
argumentative
your
over
town's
little-
putting in a train, you got to figure out why. Well, it goes by my house. Okay, maybe it won't have to go by all the houses. Like, you can adjust.
right.
Something about the banter from a few individuals seems to get the ire and the attention of the commissioners and people that are trying to pay attention a little bit more than others. And some of you maybe think that it's joking, but maybe you need to make it more obvious that you are by literally indicating that you're having fun and joking.
I think I think we should enact the underscore policy or the asterisk where you surround your comment in a certain.
I think if you put an asterisk around it, makes it bold.
Yeah, bold, but at least it would flag it like, hey, this is or like put a troll emoji. We have like 1,900 troll emojis.
Well, then there's the other part of it, which is we have absolute and intentional demonstration against whatever these
What was
guys
that word?
think.
Was this segment spell Raven, bro? Because I can spell that for you right now.
Demonstration, which is how they say it in Kauai.
Okay. Not familiar with that dialect. All right.
Mr. Duncan, take it right, Duncan. I book you in. Mr. Duncan, I have one. Duncan, take it right, Duncan. I found out. Duncan, hold it right there. You did give him one. Mr. Duncan is. My own money is bothering me. I have one. Everything give him a gallagher, a TV, murder, Hollywood nutritious. You did give him one. Mr. Duncan is. My own money is bothering me. I have one. Everything give him a gallagher, a TV, turtle dove. Yeah. Mr. Duncan is. My own money is bothering me. I have one. Everything give him a gallagher, highly nutritious. Yeah. Mr. Duncan is. My own money is bothering me.
Syphilis.
I have one.
Syphilis. As we
Chlamydia.
sound check.
I think we're live.
And then hold on to sync audio. All right.
That was a little late. Try again.
Whatever. We're not gonna get this. We're not gonna get this.
All right. What else do we got here for today? That sounds a
we,
little ambiguous. I have much more. The
Well-
biggest thing, I think, is that we pretty much have an actual event coordinator for Las Vegas.
Ugh.
And
Who's this, dude? This is a wedding
He
planner? Someone we don't know
won.
about, dude?
he won Tampa's prestigious award
Oh my god.
of Best Event Coordinator for a single event inside of Tampa within the gay community on a specific weekend at the beginning of Gay Pride. And his name is Luke.
What sort of activities is he going to get us into? Are we going to be jumping off the Luxor?
I heard there
Or
are floats. I heard there is dancing.
there's no floats in Vegas, dude.
There are floats in Vegas.
there?
Specifically, Andy's mom was floating in the pool.
Now see, that's lowbrow. I'm gonna have to call. That's a chop. That's a chop.
Okay, let's try to coordinate that. Chop,
It's a chop, dude.
chop.
You can't
Okay.
you can't go in on mothers. That's lowbrow comedy, and Andy
All right.
doesn't appreciate it. Got your back, Andy.
But
Bully.
but
He's a
she's
bully,
more
man.
hypothetical at
Fucking
this
bully.
point.
Whichever window he's in, he's a bully, dude.
I am a bully. That is true. Okay, I
Actually,
stand down.
think that way.
I apologize to
The community. We're all
the
offended.
community
We're
and
all offended.
humanity.
Yeah.
Humanity.
Right.
Yes, drink great.
That's a good IPA. How much does that cost you out there? $16?
The Sonoma State shirt.
No, that IPA. That IPA, dude.
Those IPAs are $1 a beer at Costco.
What? For
24 bucks.
Lagunitas on the island?
Yeah.
You guys are living that life, dude. I pay like $14 for that IPA out here, probably. 13.
For a 24 pack, I'm paying $24.
Oh, you don't. I forgot you have the love for Kirkland, dude. Surprised you don't buy the Kirkland beer.
Well, what kind of beers? What are you buying? A 6-pack for $14?
That's what it costs for, like a Sculpin or one of those, essential IPAs. Shit,
That's just
dude.
expensive. Listen, let's do a Movember update. I'm doing this Movember thing.
Oh yeah, you helping Nate
Yeah,
out?
with Nate.
Did you? Then maybe we
And
could
my
use a
other
little
buddy.
ad here for Nate's thing. Go.
I don't have an ad. I feel like it would be stepping on his toes to try to grab.
We don't
somewhat.
want any revenue. We're not asking for any revenue or any percentages. We just want to not have
You just
cancer
want
still.
all the sexy screen grabs of this horrible mustache.
Well, no, I'm talking about like the his little fundraiser. People are raising money to fight, I think, testicular cancer, right?
Man, I should have read it better than I did when signing up. Similar to Casey, probably. But
All I know, do you guys not have testicles?
I thought it was about men's health awareness, prostate and testicles. Is it just
That
about
could be.
testicles?
That could be. All I saw Rhonda is very passionate. Rhonda stepped in and contributed. So there's
Yeah,
that.
Rhonda contributed.
Yeah.
Uh,
She's also contributed to testicular cancer.
Well, I have like 4 guys, and they're all, "Hey, do you want to do it with me?" I'm all, "Yes." And then I notice like it's a whole website, it's a whole social media thing, and then they're all sending me invites to pay them money, and I'm like, "Wait a minute, am I supposed to collect money or just give you guys money?" So I've given them all money except for Nathan. I'm holding out. I'm gonna be the last one.
That's not the one you want to hold out on. I think Nathan is the one that doesn't squander. He's not going and buying a yacht with the money. I promise. He's done this for a couple. If he is, it's going to take him a few years probably. He's done it for a few years now.
I heard
Now,
he
is
has
that
to
an
pay for
autographed
honey-
headband? Hold on, is that an autographed headband? No, we're getting down to like the nitty gritty of the episode.
Well, we weren't going to mention these outfits, but since you're mentioning it, I will tell you that this is from the famed 1997 Sonoma State Cossacks.
Oh, I like that.
When they closed it out and went all the way to Southern California for a playoff game and then missed nationals for Division II basketball. And Ed the Animal and the team, because I was such a big booster and arrested at least 2 times. Well, not officially, but I was detained, not arrested. That's a thing. Take note, Luke. That's how you do it. And you got, as a result, at the end of the year, I got a jersey. Funny story, the Sharpie used to sign some of the names on this jersey was stolen by none other than Larry Allen, because he was there at halftime signing autographs, needed an autograph pen, and I had been collecting the signatures for this beauty. I handed it to him and I never got it back.
And did you get Larry Allen's autograph?
I've tweeted him about it and he has not replied. I said,
That's
that's not
subject.
cool. I served that guy at Cattleman's in Santa Rosa up there. It's been a
Beautiful.
big thing.
It's beautiful.
All right. Now listen, we're at 24 minutes. This is about 14 minutes longer than we wanted to go, but the bourbon and the beers are going. Have we solved anything today?
I don't think so, but I do. I'm going back to that idea of compartmentalizing a lot of the league. I think there's something there, but
I like it.
I don't know
I'm
what
all
it looks
about
like. I just think, having old Craig step up is a nice gesture of maybe we could start something there.
It
I don't know.
is.
And
I
you've already
think
done
some
it.
of these
You've already-
guys might offer up that they've offered and have been rebuffed, but let's go ahead and just say come on back out and feel free.
You and Dave got into it today, though, huh? You want to talk about that, dude?
Yeah.
Beautifully said, Kurt. That was poetry to my ears.
I don't really want any of that scent, though. I think you're going to have to chop all that, dude.
Once upon a starry night, he went to the lot and bought a Corey light. It was AOB, all on baby. 20s all around, now he call on 80. I don't know no algebra, but I know how to get dough out of her. Mathematics, man, calculate. Let's count all the tricks she about today. Bellagio, Venetian, Chinese white and Belizean.
Let's see. I can talk about the AFC West and the sad decline of the Kansas City Chiefs. I can talk about that.
I don't want to. No one wants to hear about that.
No one wants to hear about it. No one's talking about it, so I'm dodging bullets. And thankfully,
who do you play this week? You don't even know. You don't even know who you got on this sheet. Okay.
What do you mean? Oh, what did you ask? I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Who are you playing this week? Sorry, sir.
Oh, I play David this week, and then I play you and Craig the next week.
That,
and I gotta be
a
honest.
Murderer's row of enemies.
Bro. I'm telling you, like, I've been reeling. People are talking about the wrong stuff. It's totally unfun because all these years I've been waiting to be somewhat relevant in my division. Okay? Last year, whatever. Not really. Now this year, people are picking me, but the team's actually kind of strong. Comes out, wins a few games against whatever. A couple close ones, maybe against Decker. Here I am, right? Matt's calling me, look at you, dude. 8-2. And then 8-3. And then 8-4. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, you're basically like Andy heavy. I mean, it's basically not like Andy light, but like Andy heavy. Because you peaked for a little longer than he did. He peaked like week 1, and then just totally collapsed. And then you peaked for like 7 weeks, and then you're starting to show some signs.
Oh, man. And, I was telling Carolina Mills today, I was crying on my keyboard. And I was like, I tried to make some moves, but I didn't make good enough ones or whatnot. But, just damn. Just damn. So, if I lose these next 3 games and Decker wins, then it goes to points, and Decker's crushing me on points. So, that would be a sad, sad fall. And I don't own any of my picks for like ever. So,
I know. Well,
anybody who has my picks is probably looking at a very strong 1.02.
I think there's a definite possibility that some of the other teams start to falter. You're assuming that all the teams in the hunt are just going to have everything go perfectly for them. I don't know if you could hear any of that. I was far away from my mic, but
no, I heard you. It worked.
Okay.
But I'm scared of Decker, I guess. I've always been scared of his team.
Well, his team's scared of him. Let me just go ahead and put that out there. Mike Thomas is like, "Why are you trading me, bro?" He's like, "Oh, gotta get younger, dude."
Gotta get younger.
And his team's just like, "Why are you benching me, dude? I'm a 40-point player." Decker's stubborn, man. He's like, "You're out, dude. You're out."
Well, we'll have to see
what the Miami Dolphins should have done last 2 weeks. Tank. And again, why won't he come on the show? Barry, why won't you come on the show? I mean, the show's about tanking. We can't get tankers on here. It's ridiculous.
Well, maybe we should recycle and go back to pardon my tank, but this is Casey with the San Francisco 49ers, and I'm going to tank so hard, I'm quitting. And now, not only is 19 and 20 tanked, but so is 2021. So I'll see you in 2022, and I'll face Barry for the Super Bowl.
Tank to the grave, dude. Tank to the grave. Casey's greener pastures, if you will. I don't know, man. Gonna miss that guy.
Well,
can't believe we're back to where we started. I mean, it's painful.
It's a full circle. Maybe on that note, we should wrap it up. Give these guys a break.
Yeah. Well, I feel like this has been a really great episode. Probably one of the best episodes anyone's ever done.
They keep getting better. I mean, I'm not sure if that's because the second time today we've done it, and I'm a bunch more beers in.
Yeah. And I got my mic out for this one, so hopefully the audio quality is, the audio quotient, I think they call it, is much more proper modulation. Proper modulation did.
What would you do if the audio didn't record on this one?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'd get ready for a third one.
I like how you're just, that was right immediately off the cuff. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get weird here, but I wasn't able to see the 2017 draft show the first time or the second time because neither existed for me. Somehow I did okay though. I got
Mahomes. For you. This is I've got at least 17 people asking me this, and they're saying they have it on good information that Josh is going to be the next owner of the San Francisco 49ers in the IFL.
Wouldn't that be amazing? Like he comes in, gets amnesty, all of his sins are forgiven. It'd be beautiful, dude. It'd be really a beautiful thing. And he's in the industry, he's highly touted.
And the only people arguing against it are Andy, Dallas, Flawed, and David.
Dallas will get a demerit at work, dude, if he does that. I'm just warning.
That's
just
true.
Warning.
That's true.
Just warning.
True.
I know Kyle would vote yes for sure. David would vote no on principle.
On principle. I think we should mark David down for an abstain on all future votes. We just have to move the quorum down to 31 instead of 32. Put David down for abstain.
An odd number is good, but I think if we're going to remove that, we should probably remove. I won't say it, but it's Elbert.
Yes, I actually, as part of being a governmental layer and not personal, they don't take votes. They are the tiebreaker in most parliamentary proceeding.
Well, a lot of people don't realize this, but Jai is like, he's always held back on all the votes so that he can see how it turns out, and then if he needs to step in. That's the man Jai is. I just want to go ahead and point that out.
Well, listen, look at this arm. You see how long that arm is? It can reach my own back. I do that too on all these votes because
is that a special thing if you can reach your own back?
Yeah.
Is it? I thought it was like if your tongue can touch your nose, dude. I can touch the middle of my back right now.
How far down?
I can get down to like L7.
I don't know. This is a little fact. Matt can reach the middle lower of his back. He can pat himself on the back so hard it can reach about where you got to go down over here. It's It's a pretty.
What is it like? It doesn't cover a lot of circumference, though, either.
Yeah, it's with that.
The league is on some very minute shoulders right now. Teetering. It's a little rocky.
Well, I know Jai was working out quite heavily before Vegas. Has he continued? Because he would be rock solid at this point.
I don't know, but I think that I would go with yes. I think he's very dedicated. So. And
also, listen, this is true. This is a true story right here.
Oh, is it?
Often it has been told that a true leader is a man who can do an elliptical for 45 minutes while being on speakerphone with his buddy talking about David and Casey.
Now, is that a story that Matt told you? Because he loves to talk about his workouts.
It's a parable. It's a fictitious, fictitious anomaly.
Oh.
Or it's true, and it happened today. Because that kid, he is just a cardio machine.
Yeah, well.
His Camaro might not be able to run the desert, but that little Mexican can.
I think on that note, I don't know if we could top that.
On that note, we're going to take you into a commercial for an election
campaign. Ready?
Here.
I didn't know we were ready with a commercial.
Yeah, we are going to run the El Trumpo Raven campaign commercial for some of these guys that didn't know.
That's a throwback.
How he got into power. He beat Shitty. It was quite a contested
more relevant
election.
now than ever, too.
More relevant now, almost as if the monkeys in the actual revelation screen of when Shitty was running were correct. They predicted and projected that El Trumpo Raven was going to be at the helm. And it's sad. It's sad because you don't hear from Shitty about the reign of terror that's been going on and is about to continue. But what you will hear Shitty say is, lock them up. Lock
Up. My only request is that we don't pay fourth place here, or else this league will go right down the shitter, dude.
All right, listen, one more thing for the league. I'm not sure if we can cut this in, if you're going to be very clever. 42 minutes is a long time for some of these dudes. But let's tell you a little story. It's about Survivor Series. And the story goes something like this. I get a DM in my inbox. Ding! Oh, it's Miami Brad. What's he got to say? Maybe we want to make some stupid show. And he goes, I don't know about this Survivor Series shit. It's like a coin flip. What the fuck? But I go, yeah, man. What the fuck? I bet you, Brad. I'm sure there's something in between. But I bet you, Brad, $50, you pay him before I pay him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here we are.
We had a friendly wager.
Yeah.
That basically prevented either of us from paying ever, dude. We finally called it off like a week ago. He was heated.
Was it even a week? I feel like it was like, I feel like Casey was in the league when this happened. So I think it was less than 13 days, but more
Which
than...
feels like a millennia, Casey. We miss you already. We miss you. Come back.
So I know he'd already called you, and he calls me. He's all, listen, man, fucking Brad won't square up, and I know you guys did the fucking thing. He fucking told me. And I go,
I
what?
finally
He
told
told you?
I told him
that
last
means he
week.
owes you the $100, and he's all, fuck off, man.
No, that's not part of that. Was not like part of the bet that I owed the money if I told about the bet.
It's almost the same though. I mean,
It's there's a gray area. There's a gray area. I think I need a
he's
committee
just a
for this.
fucking potato.
I need a committee. I'm gonna need a committee to decide.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Yeah,
man,
no, that was a great bet, and
it was for me and Brad.
one of the best Survivor Series ever.
One of the best Survivor Series.
Yeah.
See you next year. And on that note,
I won't be seeing you next year. After being paired with Josh, I am retired to
you
go
will be paired with
Queen
whoever
Elizabeth,
is
Miss
San
Elizabeth.
Francisco for eternity. You are the Bash Bay brothers now.
I'm in the bottom.
Miami to San Francisco. It's 19 and what year was that? 88 all over again.
Bad year. A lot of bad years for that city, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, by the way, not sure if you're watching. You should tune in to Spectrum Sports West every Tuesday, Friday, Sunday at about 7 p.m. for the LeBron and Anthony Davis show, because that's where good basketball is being played. Okay.
Bullshit. And then also donate to Nate's thing about balls. That's also good. Pretty sure it's about balls. I didn't read the fine print, but yeah, pretty sure it's about balls.
We definitely took a show from 1X to 2X. And on that note, good night.
Thank you. Thank you. This is great. The IFL is great. You all are great. This is huge. Voter turnout was huge, and confidence has never been lower in a president. So thank you. Excuse me. I meant to say that confidence in a president has never been higher. Thank you. Thank you. You're great. You're all great. First off, I want to address the notion that I'm a puppet president for the communist regime of Mordor, and that the IFL election was in some way affected by an outside source. These are lies from the mainstream IFL media, and these people should all lose their jobs that are spreading these huge lies. They disgust me more than the men who don't grab women by their pussies. Like I said during the election, I'm going to put into law and repeal from law all of the things the last administration did, good or bad. Fuck yourself, Braff. Fuck yourself, Jive. And fuck yourself, IFL. Like I said, I will sign executive orders 1 through 6 in a huge day for the IFL. Let's begin. Executive order number 1. First off, it is no longer illegal to hoard dogs. I can have as many as I want, and so can you. even if your home is a disgusting mess and they shit apples all over your bed. It's okay. It's great. We're making the IFL great again by having hordes of dogs. Executive Order number 2. That being said, I hereby declare that all rules, laws, and protections set forth by Jive and Braff and their administration as invalid. The Kenyan Jive and the illegal immigrant from the waters outside of Cuba, Braff, no longer will give away our IFL. Executive Order number 3. The reality is, we'll build a wall around the IFL and immediately force the renouncement of all outside leagues. We will force all owners to solely play in the IFL. We'll make the other leagues pay for this. We will make the IFL safe again. Except Mordor. I mean, why do we hate on these Mordor guys? They're good people. Just ask my friends from Mordor. They'll tell you. Executive Order number 4. The reality is, I will bed down at IFL headquarters. And my wife will continue to bed down with everyone else. You will pay for her breakfast, and you will pay for her overnight costs. Executive Order number 5. The downtown dog mill that my organization ran before I was president will not only continue to operate, but we will go into full puppy protection and we will create the jobs the IFL needs. Go fuck yourself, environment. Executive Order number 6. The reality is, there was never and never will be any fucking chicken wings, you dipshits. Go fuck your faces. That was huge.